as a principal in the firm. I retired as New England area manager for a $2 billion a year consulting business. I served on the Community Planning Commission on 2 occasions. On the first Planning Commission, when it changed from a board to a commission. And that was during the complete rewrite of the zoning bylaw. I served on North Reading's Metropolitan Area Planning Council representative for several years. I decided to run for school committee for several reasons. I have a good window to see what's happening in the school system. During the past few years, and especially the past year, I've observed the marked degradation of our schools due to inadequate funding. Last year, I attended the presentation of the benchmark study. There were immediate cries in the audience from people that the study was bogus and the conclusions were erroneous. Some of these cries continue today. Since that presentation, I've researched the raw data on public official sites, and I found that the benchmark study was essentially credible. We have fine public services in North Reading. We have great police, fire, public works, and general government. All are well funded. Personally, I think that general government services are at an appropriate level. They're a little stout, but not real fat. Our schools, however, are not well funded. We've prioritized the funding of general government and shortchanged the school department. We spend nearly $2,800 less per student than the average Massachusetts community spends. This amounts to about $7.8 million a year less than the average Massachusetts community. That's the average Massachusetts community. We spend about $1,250 per student less than the average benchmark community. Those are communities like us. Regardless of what we spend on other municipal services, regardless of what we spend on other municipal services, clearly our schools are substantially underfunded. I'm an avid supporter of education. I was the first person in my family to attend college. I value education very, very highly. Education makes a huge difference in one's life. It expands our universe, enables our intelligence, and allows us to achieve our full potential. I believe it's our civic responsibility to provide a sound primary and secondary education for the children in our community. I'm confident that my background and experience will be useful in improving communication between the school system and others, and in finding solutions to adequately fund our schools. Thank you very, very much for listening. I hope you'll vote for me on the 6th.
Thank you all very much. It's a great audience. It's really a big audience.
And we wanted to thank the following people. We definitely want to thank the candidates for participating in tonight's forum, both contested and uncontested. We want to thank the elected officials who are here in the audience who are coming to support the candidates, which is really important. Members here in the audience, as well as the audience at home, for your interest in the democratic process and issues facing our community. I'd like to thank Mary Jane Morin, who came out on a rainy night from 2 towns over, and she's done this for North Reading for about 5 years now. Totally gratis, so we think that she's pretty terrific. I'd also like to thank Mr. Therese, who's, well, I'm trying to think how long I've done this. He's come for as long as I've done candidates, which is at least 12 years, and offered to host the first question, and I think it also helps us to get even better coverage for the candidates in the newspaper, so we thank you very much for doing this. And I'd like to thank our league members who are here tonight, Pat Swachenko, Meg Robertson, and Jenny Mills for their assistance, and then thanks to TJ, Mr. John Tier from NORCAM coming to do this as part of community service. And I'd like to just tell you that for those of you who want to rehear, or those of you who want to tell your friends in the community, we are going to have a showing of the tape on channel 22, for those who have Comcast, and 24 for Verizon on the following days. Tomorrow, it will be at 7 o'clock at night. Thursday, it's going to be 10 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. And then Thursday through Monday, it's gonna be at 10 and 3. So people will have, a frequent opportunity to see the views of the candidates. And then would absolutely wanna remind you to vote next Tuesday on the 6th. And then for those of you who might be interested in joining the league or taking a brochure home to someone that you know, feel free to take a brochure on the table. And thank you very much for tonight. Thank you.